Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we'll be setting up my February spreads in my reading journal. February was a cold month for us and we had a couple of weeks that were really cold and I was ready for it to be warm already. I decided it was best to do a spring theme to manifest the warmer days to come. This year I'm trying to use up my sticker sheets that I bought from Stickii in 2024, and I thought this sticker sheet would be perfect with all the flowers. I ended up using this doily paper to act as a focal point and put the biggest sticker in the middle. It took me a few attempts, but I finally found a placement for it. For the February header, I wanted to place it on top of all the stickers I had put down already, and so I used a separate sheet of paper to write it down and place it on top of them. On the right side, I am writing down the media title and leaving some lines below to write down any shows or movies that I watched in February. I watched Tastefully Yours, Love Through a Prism, Singles Inferno, and People We Meet on Vacation. I'm also including a small spot for all the stats of the month. I read 660 pages, listened to 26 hours, and 33% were printed books and 67% were audiobooks. So for the next page, we will start with the first book I finished in February. It's called Wildfire by Hannah Grace. The book cover has this really pretty pink and red hue to it, and I wanted to incorporate that into the setup. I'm using a red, pink, and scripted washi tape from Journal Say. I also have a roll of pet tape or PET tape with camping stickers, and I thought it would work really well with this theme. Wildfire is the second book in the Maple Hill series, and we follow Russ and Aurora. They cross paths at a party where they have a great time together and end up having a one-night stand. Then they find themselves working at the same summer camp as counselors. They both really want to be at this camp in order to get away from their problems at home, but the tension and the feelings between them start to become a problem, especially since there is a strict no fraternization rule. This was my favorite book of the month. I enjoyed this book more than the first one. I thought Russ and Aurora were relatable characters and just enjoyed their story so much. I would definitely recommend it. The next book that I finished was Daughter of No Worlds by Carissa Broadbent. This is the first book in the War of Hearts trilogy. We follow Tisana, who was a former slave that is able to wield a bit of magic. With her freedom, she feels the need to save others from the same fate that fell upon her. To do this, she joins an organization called the Orders in order to receive their help. However, they will not help her unless she completes an apprenticeship with someone named Max. Max is a recluse that wants nothing to do with the Orders, and thus begins the story. I loved this story so much. The magic is so interesting and the characters have so much depth to them. I recommend reading this instead of the audiobook, which is what I ended up doing. The voices sound much younger and older for some of the characters, which just ended up confusing me a bit. For the setup, I ended up using these beautiful butterfly stickers from eBay that tie into the story. The next setup is Brimstone by Callie Hart. Since this is the second book in a series, I don't want to spoil it, but we are following Sarah's Fane and seeing how she deals with this new role that she has been given. I was not a fan of this book. It took me a while to finish it and I just couldn't get into it. Sometimes I felt lost as to what was happening, and other times it just felt like the story dragged on with no resolutions to the problems they were having. However, certain events towards the end made it more interesting, and I am still willing to read the next novel whenever it comes out. Because of this, I decided to do a simple setup. The cover of the book has red and black, so I decided to use those colors and I added a couple of white and black stickers with a printout of a fox. Thank you so much for watching today. Let me know what you think of this video. This is my first time doing a voiceover for one of my monthly spreads. Let me know if this is something that you would like for me to continue, or if you still prefer just music and me working in the background. See you next time. Bye.